In this section, we're going to be talking about respectful workplace and union management relations. There's several proposals with respect to this, and they are actually quite important. The first ones are that the members of your Health and Safety Committee and the members who are safety captains need to be well trained. And as you are all aware, the plant you're working in has many hazards and many dangers, and those change every time equipment changes or working conditions change. In order to keep up with that, these Health and Safety Committee members and safety captains need to have a significant amount of training throughout the year. We've expanded the amount of time that the union can book these people off for training to 4 normal working days per year, which is twice what they were before, and 5 for safety captains, 2 of those paid by the company and 3 of those paid by the union. Shop stewards, who also need to have regular and ongoing training so that they can enforce the provisions of the collective agreement for you, have also had the amount of time off they can have for training extended from 6 days to 7. That limit does not apply to your chief steward, your assistant chief steward, the co-chair of your Health and Safety Committee, or any member elected to the executive board. Those people have time off whenever it's requested by the union. We provide an orientation to new employees, and that orientation has now been increased to be up to a maximum of 1 hour. We used to have a limit of 45 minutes, so we've expanded that so that we can provide more information about the union to new hires at the plant. We've received a lot of complaints from you during the proposal process regarding treatment in the workplace, respect, dignity. So we have completely rewritten that section of your contract. And we've also identified harassment, discrimination, and bullying as being unacceptable practices in the workplace. There is now a very clear process for dealing with any of these types of issues, and it is outlined in your contract and has been agreed to by both the company and the union. Both parties have confirmed their continued and long-standing commitment that you need to be treated, and you need to treat each other, with dignity, respect, and fairness appropriate to the circumstances in the workplace. This also comes with a committee that we have formed, which is called the Joint Labor Management Committee, and respect and dignity in the workplace is going to be a standing item on that committee each time it meets. It's very important going forward that if you feel as though you're being treated disrespectfully, if you feel you're being harassed, discriminated against, or bullied by a coworker or by a member of management, that you speak up. And you can speak up if you're more comfortable speaking to your shop steward from your department, contacting your full-time union representative, or reporting directly to Human Resources. No matter which one of those you pick, the process for resolving your complaint will be the same, and we have a commitment from the company that these are going to be taken far more seriously in the future. We are also looking at providing respectful workplace training for supervisors, lead hands, and shop stewards. I mentioned the Joint Labor Management Committee. This is a new committee that's going to meet once a year and will involve myself as president of the union and the vice president of labor relations for Maple Leaf, who works out of their Toronto office. The concept of that committee is to deal with very large picture issues, such as bacon expansion would be a good example of something that committee would discuss. But there's also a subcommittee called the Joint Labor Relations Committee, which is going to be meeting 4 times a year, so much more than the other committee. And that one will have your shop stewards, your senior shop stewards, your union representative, and members from the company to deal with day-to-day issues. The concept of this is to speed up the process of getting things done for you. We all know the grievance process and the arbitration process can be very slow and cumbersome. So if we have a way of bringing issues to the employer more quickly through these committees, that will enable us to solve your problems much more quickly. The last one in this section sort of doesn't belong in this section, but it does have something to do with relations, and that is the complaints we've received from people about the rubber boots at the plant. Now, we could have gone and bargained an increase in money. As a matter of fact, we did have discussions with the company about matching the Brandon increase and bringing your reimbursement from $175 to $200. But we heard that the vast majority of the people at the plant don't use that. You have to have a medical certificate that says you can't wear the boots the company provides. So instead of that, what we've done is we've put together a meeting with the company that it will take place within 30 days of ratification, with a view to actually figuring out how to get warm and proper insoles, or our preference would be liners for the rubber boots so that your feet stay warm when you're in the plant. And that is the last proposal from this section.